GM and welcome back to Finality, which is the podcast at the intersection of crypto infrastructure and economics. I'm Jure Maibaum, and every week I speak with the people building, funding, and securing the next generation of decentralized networks. Our goal is to unpack the incentives, risks, and opportunities shaping the business of crypto infrastructure. This is Finality, and today I'm sitting here with Toby, who is part of the Staking Rewards team. And as you probably know, Rewards has organized the leading staking event of the year for the past couple of years. We have seen Staking Summit in Buenos Aires very recently. Before we saw them in Dubai, in Bangkok, in Istanbul, basically all around the globe, being the torchbearer of everything that's related to staking. But now there's a shift going on, and we see much different events left and right. So I wanted to talk to Toby today to uncover all of this. With that being said, Toby, thank you so much for coming and taking the time.
Thank you very much. And hello, everybody.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine. So let's start, I think, with the obvious thing. So from your perspective, a quick reflection on the past couple of years. Again, you have been all around the world with Staking Summit. You have been in Bangkok, Dubai, Istanbul, you name it. So how have you? How did you? How do you see the development that the event underwent in the past couple of years?
Yeah, maybe let's start from the very beginning to add a little bit of context to it all. So with stakingrewards.com, what we are doing there, or what we have been doing in the past, basically it used to be a data aggregator, then it has transitioned a little bit into a yield aggregator as well. But basically the overarching goal of Staking Rewards was to give everybody, like investors on the retail side, but also on the institutional side, all the information they need to make a good decision of where to put their crypto in order to generate yield. And in the old days, we started with a heavy focus on staking there. So Staking Rewards provided a lot of information around staking opportunities across different networks. So that is kind of where we are coming from. And through Staking Rewards and through this kind of role as an aggregator in the space, we were connected or are connected, we still are, to a lot of the projects that are building things around staking and around yield and around liquid staking. And that's basically where we're coming from. And then at some point, there was this idea, hey, we are already working with all of these projects and everything is remote and we all know each other from screens. Why? Because staking is kind of like a very niche, or it used to be like very, very niche kind of thing, right? There were only a few people and everybody knew each other. But there wasn't really any dedicated event or kind of meetup, let's call it meetup in the beginning, where people could get to know each other and discuss all the latest developments. And that's where the idea behind the Staking Summit came from. And the first summit was in Istanbul. I remember it was in this huge hall, very scrappy event. But scrappy when it comes to the event, I guess. But like when it comes to the people who attended, I still have nostalgia thinking about the event actually, because I back in the day I wasn't even with Staking Awards. I was I was attending, well, like as a telecom representative, because we had a validator business there. And I really remember it was such a good conference because of the quality of attendance, because people came there with a specific goal, right? To learn more about staking, to connect to all the builders in the space, and it was such a highly curated audience around staking. And everybody who was building something in the space that made it such a a good event. And that then, it was so successful that building on top of the success of this initial event, the biggest staking conference globally resulted, and the staking summit became a big thing. I think after that, the next one was in Istanbul. Really amazing. That was like a super big upgrade, right, in this amazing hotel. And since then, we have had multiple staking summits, and it has grown each year. And there was also like a big shift of the content being covered when it comes to like liquid staking, DVT topics, right, in the beginning, then shifting more into restaking topics that had also been very hot for some time. Bitcoin staking still like very interesting, but more also shifting from any kind of rewards to more like native BTC rewards lately. So like the space is heavily shifting, and right now to date we see a very big shift from staking yield in general to like broad, covering all kinds of yields, DeFi yields, right? RWA, stablecoin yields, also very interesting. We also see it when we are talking to the validators in the space. There's also a big transition from staking providers to cover only staking on the infrastructure level to building APIs, SDKs to connect to custodians, but also building their own DeFi strategies, DeFi vaults, working together with curators, acting as a distributor. So there has been a tremendous shift in the general staking space, which also is reflected in the change of our event. And also I'm not sure I'm covering a lot of things now, Yuri. I can also now give a little bit of an outlook into like the learnings that we had, to get back to your original question after this huge monologue that I'm doing here. But basically the learnings that we had from previous years is that there's like a big shift and that the space is kind of ready and right now at the intersection of the crypto space getting connected to the TradFi and institutional space. It's kind of like a pull, and both sides are trying to get to each other, right? The institutional space, like the banks, the fund managers, pension funds, they want to enter the crypto space, and then also, of course, the crypto projects, liquid staking protocols, vault infra providers, custody infra providers. They are also seeing a lot of demand on the institutional side, and also there's like the feedback that we got from previous staking summits. The major problem was that it's really high quality attendance, but it's high quality attendance from crypto projects, and there's like a big kind of gap right now in the market and a big need in the market to bring together the capital allocators on the institutional side, and also, of course, the like institutional companies, TradFi companies who want to enhance their business with digital asset solutions and also serve them to their customer base. And then the crypto side of things that already has a lot of things in place and wants to plug into the space. And I think there's so much business opportunity right now. We just need to like create a space where people can get in touch and meet each other. And that is like a major shift also on the event strategy that we are doing this year at Staking Rewards by introducing this new event format called the Yield Summit, where the major goal is to connect the TradFi side, the capital allocator side, with the crypto side, and kind of facilitate here like the connections and create a space where new business opportunities can be generated, and where the latest innovations in the space can be discussed to then build upon and work out the digital asset business of the future.
Yeah, I mean, makes a lot of sense. And I mean, I always say that for me, Staking Summit is a little bit a representation of where the operator space is right now. And you mentioned it quite well. In the like most operators, they don't do staking only, they do a bunch of things, and staking becomes more and more, like the smaller thing. And yeah, but I think currently there's a lot of opportunity in the operator market. I remember also my panel at the previous staking summit where M&A was a big focus. So everything, as you portrayed it quite well, everything becomes more institutionalized, everything becomes more professional. And from how I understand it is that for the coming year is that you guys want to, build on top of that, if I understand it right, like riding with the wave of of more institutions joining this the space and basically offer this to the entire crypto industry when attending one of the staking rewards events. That it's not only staking partially, but also yield and like yield coming originating from DeFi, which has been more of a focus at, I don't know, Ethereum conferences or DeFi days. Is that like how would you respond to that?
Yeah, so the staking summit itself, how you know it, will not disappear. We will still have the staking summit as the major staking conference globally, but there the focus, of course, is more on the crypto side, on the staking innovation, and connecting builders. Whereas the yield summit, which we are newly introducing, there the major goal is really to have this bridging event between the institutional side, between the TradFi side, between the capital allocators, and on the other side, the crypto projects, like custody infrastructure, custodians, but also the validators, anybody who is building yield products on top of any blockchain network. Then embedded wallets also like a very big thing. Yeah, the Yield Summit will be kind of like the connecting platform of both spaces. And here we are, yeah, heavily pushing to make this a big success. And we have a big Yield Summit roadmap throughout the whole year, going from an event in Cannes around DevConnect. We will have a Yield Summit around Miami, Consensus Miami. Also in June, there will be something around Money 2020. We will have a Yield Summit. And then there are two more Yield Summits later in the year around Token 2049 and Abu Dhabi Finance Week. So we are strategically positioning these Yield Summit events very closely to conferences where we know there will be TradFi and there will be institutional allocators to then really curate very, very well the attendance of this event. And basically create a platform where new business is being created.
Amazing. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the destinations. So you mentioned Cannes, you mentioned Singapore. Could you like once again, repeat the chronological order here? What, when, and where for people also, putting out their calendars and make sure that they are on the right side here.
Yes. So let me elaborate on the roadmap. I'm going to share my screen really quick. So here we can see like a small overview around our events, right? So we will have a staking summit and a yield summit together around ECC. This is the one that is coming up next, beginning of April and end of March. Actually, end of March will be the yield summit, and then We will also be in Miami, in Amsterdam, in Singapore, and in Abu Dhabi. And here on the right side, you can see the big conferences where we will position these yield summits, and where we will curate very high quality attendance from, to make the yield summits a big success and very impactful for both sides, the institutional and the crypto and digital asset side. I will also, if you are a capital allocator or somebody who is interested to getting exposure to this event and attending, I can also share this link and some more information with Yuri, and then this can be added to the video.
Amazing. Yeah, I think, look, as I always say, Staking Summit is my favorite crypto conference of the year. So yeah, I'm always looking forward to these events, especially because it's the ratio between, super professional people, but still builders and enterprises and institutions. It's like just the perfect mix. So you have a little bit like the best of both worlds combined in one straightforward venue. And I always love, generally saying, when conferences are being held in hotels. It makes the entire experience, so much more pleasant. Maybe from you, like a final outlook, as we're still in the beginning of 2026. So what are you expecting for this year? What are you maybe excited about? Maybe you also wanna drop a prediction or two. Would be interesting.
Well, I generally think the institutions are coming. I feel like we have been talking about it for years now, but I think it is at the point like where actually things are happening. There's more regulatory clarity in the US and also in Europe. We also have already a few announcements I saw recently. Like Deutsche Bank is now investigating going more into the stablecoin area. We have Citigroup, who's planning to roll out institutional custody, and a few other bigger players who are all eyeing to enter the space on a bigger scale in 2026. And this is just a handful here that I have been covering. There's way more, and it will be about enabling those institutions and also generating new business opportunities also for their clients. And I think it's a very, very bullish outlook. I feel like the space is maturing finally. And of course, might be not as exciting all the time with crazy things happening, but that doesn't have to be a bad thing, right? I think there's great opportunity, and I feel like it's about time for the space to mature and head into a more institutionalized direction. It's very important for the greater adoption of the space as well.
I think there couldn't be any better words to wrap it up. Toby, thank you so much for sharing the insights of the upcoming Staking Summit. Again, super, super excited about it. And then I guess I will see you around at one of the upcoming events. All the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you and potentially some of the listeners there as well.